Hey guys, it's Erin and welcome back to my last video of 2022. Today, I'm back at it again with another polymer clay video, and I promise that I am back on the throwing wheel and working with stoneware clay next week, which will also be my first video to start off the new year, which I'm super excited about. But yeah, it's just been kind of hard to get myself on the wheel right now because, well, one, I took a holiday break, and I'm the type of person that needs a couple days to get back in their routine. And then two, if you didn't know, my wheel is outside, which means I throw and trim outside. And it's kind of unmotivating to work outside right now because it's been pretty chilly and wet lately in LA, which, you know, people think that it's always warm and sunny here, and for the most part that is true, but we for sure have our own rainy and cold days as well during the winter. Plus, I also live near the beach, so the wind can really pick up where I'm at, making it feel much colder. So starting off with polymer clay is a lot easier for me to, get myself back into that creation mindset, if you will, just because I can work with the stuff indoors where it's warm and I'm not reliant on the sunlight, which, gets dark at like 4 p.m. now, which is super inconvenient. But yeah, for this video, I'm making some pins of a little black cat I named Bean. You may have already met Bean in a past video where I made a bunch of different pins of all my little animal friends. But this one is just going to be dedicated to Bean, since so many of you guys actually told me that Bean was your favorite, which made me so happy. And also the batch of beans that I made in the last video ended up having some resin related flaws, and thankfully that didn't happen for this batch, so they all came out super clean. So as I mentioned earlier, this is going to be my last video of the year. And with 2023 just around the corner, I wanted to share my approach to goal setting, since it's, around this time of year when everyone is thinking about the goals they would like to accomplish in 2023. Whether that's to get in shape, learn a new skill, or save X amount of money. However, some of you may know that many people who set New Year's resolutions don't actually achieve them. And this is just from a quick Google search, but it turns out only like 19% of the people who set New Year's resolutions actually accomplish them. And I feel like there might be a flaw in how people approach the practice of goal setting. And I wanted to take the time to share my approach to goal setting and what I find works for me. And hopefully there are some pointers in this video that you find interesting or that you can take to improve your own approach to goal setting. And the first step is to split up the year into quarters. So, visualize this in a document or draw it out on a piece of paper. There's quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4, with quarter 1 being January, February, March, and quarter 4 being October, November, December. And rather than making goals at the beginning of the year, now you set goals at the beginning of each quarter that you would like to accomplish by the end of said quarter. So for example, for my quarter 1 goals, I'll create them in the beginning of January or maybe late December of the previous year, with the hopes of achieving them at the end of March. Making quarterly goals helps me stay more focused because now I have 3 months to achieve a goal rather than an entire year, which to me is a super abstract amount of time. And it also creates more opportunities for reevaluations and flexibility. As you know, life is always changing, and therefore I feel like it only makes sense to reevaluate your goals and make sure it's serving you where you're at in the moment. And I feel like a quarterly basis is a good cadence for those reevaluations. So yeah, step 1, set quarterly goals, not yearly goals. Step 2 is to set 3 different types of goals for every quarter. You can think of them as levels, and there are 3 different levels. The level 1 goal is easily achievable. You can do this with virtually 0 effort. The level 2 goal is achievable, but it's going to take some effort, meaning that there needs to be some level of focus and discipline to achieve these goals, and you won't accomplish these goals if you did nothing like a level 1 goal. I personally think most of your goals should be here at level 2. And finally, the level 3 goals are moonshot goals. You're aiming for the moon here, and these are going to be very hard to achieve, even with effort. But the reason why you want moonshot goals is because it pushes yourself in a way where, even if you didn't achieve these level 3 goals, you'll still land in a place where you wouldn't happen if you didn't make said goal in the first place. You know what I mean? And there's a quote by this person named Dr. Peel that goes, "Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars." And that quote basically sums up my reason for, why you should have level 3 goals. And the reason why I think it's best to set different levels of goals is because setting different expectations for yourself will help set you up for success because, when you're constantly challenging yourself to hit these overly ambitious goals that are, impossible or at least very hard to achieve, you can, put yourself in this defeatist attitude where you give up before you even start. And I don't want anyone to be in that headspace or mindset. So, step 2, make sure your goals have varying rates of achievability. The third step is to write down your goals for the new quarter. And when you write down your quarterly goals, I want you to ask yourself, what does success look like? So, for example, a very common goal is to lose weight. That by itself is a pretty weak goal, but a goal nonetheless. However, if you do want to make it a stronger goal, simply ask yourself, what does success look like? How do you know that this goal was achieved? Did you just need to lose 1 pound? Oh, no, I need to lose 10 pounds to be successful. Now that's a much better goal. And so when you ask yourself, what does success look like, it puts you into a mindset where you think about the metrics, the numbers, and that will help you make stronger and clearer goals for yourself. So now, instead of I want to lose weight, now you have I want to lose 10 pounds in 3 months. That's a much better goal. However, we're not done yet. The next step in goal setting is to make a plan or a program for yourself for every goal. So when achieving goals, it's less about daydreaming and more about changing your behavior. The reason why you haven't achieved the goal yet is because your current behavior is not where it needs to be, right? So make a program for yourself. If you want to lose 10 pounds in 3 months, maybe your program is to work out 4 times a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, with three strength training days and 1 cardio day. And write that down. When people have a goal to be able to, let's say, flat bench 225, most often than not, the successful people have a program they follow to the T, where they have the days that they train, what movement they're doing each training day, and how many sets and repetitions for each movement. Your program for your goals needs to be that detailed, and writing up a program for yourself is going to be hard, and it might take some time to figure it all out. There are professional athletes who pay other people to write out a workout program for them, But what's cool about the quarterly goals? At the end of every quarter, when you reevaluate your goals, you can also reevaluate your program. Maybe that program wasn't right for you, and upon looking at it more closely and experiencing what it was like, you realize that something isn't quite working for you, and you can decide to adjust it slightly for the next quarter so that it better serves you in achieving your goals. And I think my approach to goal setting has always been about trial and error, making mistakes and learning from them, and then learning about yourself as well, learning about what works for you and what doesn't. Now, the last step, the 5th step, is to make sure you have these goals and programs someplace where you see them every day. Maybe it's printed out and pinned on your work desk, or maybe it's on your phone, or even on your fridge. That's it. That's the last step in my approach to goal setting. So to sum it all up, first you want to split up the year into quarters and make goals for every quarter. Your goals can continue to roll over into the next quarter, you can adjust them slightly, or you can make entirely new goals for the new quarter. The second step is to make sure your goals have different rates of achievability. So some goals should be easier to accomplish than others. The third step is to write down your goals, and when you are thinking about your goals, also ask yourself, what does success look like? This step, I feel like, is super, super important. You want to have clear and concise language for yourself. The fourth step is to write out a detailed plan or program on how you're going to achieve each goal so that you know exactly how your behavior needs to change. You might not get it right the first time, and that's totally okay. Continue to learn about yourself, and soon you'll know what's right for you, and this step will get easier. And the last step is to make sure you see your goals and plans every day. So yeah, I hope that you found these steps helpful. Again, this is just what I find works for me, and I'm hoping that this helps anyone out there who's, had trouble sticking to goals, or, maybe someone who does not quite know where to start when setting goals. Let me know in the comments if you will be using any of the steps I proposed in this video for your own goal setting practice, or even go ahead and share with me your goals for the new year. I'd love to read them. Also, if you like a bean pin for yourself, he's now available on my Etsy shop with the link found in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the new year.